Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. David Lammy could be in a lot of trouble. I don't think he realises it though, because he's a bit dumb. A bit dumb. Who are we kidding here? Thick as custard. But one of the problems he's got is Rachel Reeves and her mansion tax. Now, it's due to revalue all the properties in bands F, G, and H within the next sort of 3-4 years or so, and then potentially impose an additional annual charge over and above the council tax based on the value of the property. Now, this is something that's been proposed before and abandoned before because it was seen as madness. But we've got the government now that will do anything, madness or not, because they've run out of money. Well, David Lammy, when he was the Foreign Secretary, had an official residence of 1 Carlton Gardens. But when he was reshuffled out and got rid of as Foreign Secretary, he demanded that the house remained with him, as part of his remuneration, if you will. It's allocated to him. He's got it by dint of being the Deputy Prime Minister and Lord Chancellor. Now, the last time it was revalued was in 2001, and it was valued then at £20 million. That was because Labour were at the time thinking of selling it. They kept it. And given that London prices have risen quite spectacularly over the last quarter century or so, it's now valued at around £70 million. Likely to be higher by 2028, of course. Now, the 1% annual tax, the mansion tax that Rachel Reeves is considering charging, would cost 700,000, a minimum of 700,000 a year. Now, the thing is, the government pays council tax on grace and favour residences when they are deemed to be second residences, which Labour says is in line with long-standing precedent. However, at the time of the election, Lammy was living in a street in North London, and he said he would not move into Carlton Gardens. No, he said. No, this is my home. This is where I live. Had he lived in Carlton Gardens, that would be deemed his second home, and he would be exempt from paying the mansion tax. However, because he's not living there and he's living in his home, then it's deemed not to be a second home, but it is still a residence that he owns by dint of his job. He doesn't own it particularly, but he owns it by dint of his job. This would mean that he personally would be liable for the £700,000 a year mansion tax. Please, nobody tell him. Rayner declared the government-owned Admiralty House flat, and she made that her second home. She insisted on it. And so, she won't be charged the mansion tax. The mansion tax will be charged, but she won't be liable. The government will pay it. But if we can not tell David Lammy, that'd be brilliant. I'd love to see his big Mugabe face as the realisation set in when they send him a bill for £700,000, and he's like, because he's too dumb to realise. Maybe the government will change the rules. Maybe the government will say that ministers or politicians are exempt. Yeah, I can see that going down well, like a cup of cold sick. But I think David Lammy should pay it, don't you? Thanks very much. Bye.